selected for Main Street Iowa, but we are able to be selected for this. Also, if not chosen, we do feel that this gives our group kind of a direction of where we want to go to, or where we want to go from here. If not selected, main things, a new branding campaign, renovation, and retention and succession is huge. So with that being said, what I'm asking from the city tonight to deliberate and speak about is that resolution of financial support if selected on. But again, we do need that letter of support and resolution of financial support to be submitted with our application on the 31st, which is Friday.
I think it's a great idea, but and also I want to ask on the Main Street Iowa, is that completely out or is that still in the works? Can it be?
At this time, our committee, along with several other advice from others, have selected not to reapply this year for Main Street Iowa, but to kind of get and assess our goals and assess our needs before we go ahead and do that again. We realize that this time around, when we do apply for that, we will want more groundwork than we did last time. It was a great first run at it, and now we can learn from what we did that time and apply it to the next time we do it. But we also know that there's a couple more projects in mind that we have that would really benefit not only our downtown but community-wide, such as maybe we want to look into becoming one of the great places in Iowa along with Main Street. But with this program, we think it might give us a head start in assessing our needs and giving us a more refined direction of where we want to go.
I read the article in here about it, and I was impressed with it. I just didn't want it to affect that Main Street Iowa if that could ever come about. But
if anything, it will be a better aid to becoming a Main Street Iowa community, because we've shown that we have initiative in wanting to improve our downtown.
I support anything we can do for our community, and that sounds like a good idea. I'm happy with your work on this.
Thank you. Any other questions anyone has about this program, what they'd be doing, what it might entail for us after they leave?
I only have one comment, Michelle, and I think this is for you and for everybody who's basically listening or brings stuff to us. This is exactly what we faced and we had a lot of frustration at the beginning of our terms on the council of bringing stuff to us, having no time to think about it, and 4 days, you know, people have to learn that you give the administration time to think about things.
And we understand that.
And this is just more of the same, really.
Well, we do respect that. We did get the application brought to our attention early in the month, and to kind of review it as a committee and get together and get our thoughts in line, it did not give us a whole lot of time. And we do understand that this is very short notice, and nor did we ever want to bring something up so short notice to you. Yeah. But unfortunately, that's just the way that our schedules and calendars worked, and we're sorry that we had to, you know, basically put the pressure on you more or less, being this close to deadline.
In fairness to Michelle and the other group, Al was involved, I was involved, John was involved, so that, I mean, we've been
we didn't want to keep you in the dark,
And I think it was just maybe a month ago that you sent out kind of an SOS that, hey, this came across your desk and it's an opportunity to, at a fairly minimal cost, have a group come in and take a look. And we've had, what, maybe 3-4 meetings talking of just deciding what 3 types. Two? Two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Concentrated, but they were 2.
Seemed like 3 or 4, maybe 7.
There you go. That's the concentration part.
But yeah, it is an opportunity for fairly low cost to get a professional look at the community, another set of eyes. They're really charging us only for their meals. There's no other cost involved. They'll give us a report. I can't remember what exactly the 3 we talked about, our branding of our community, what, some other, we really narrowed it down to 3 things that they could come in. And it's also going to be a young group with college students, and they're gonna look at things a little different than I look at it. I was kinda like joking at one of the meetings, my wife and I look at Dairy Queen, and that's not the Dairy Queen that we grew up with, but somebody spent a whole lot of money determining what younger people wanna see and go shop there, and so this gives us another view from what we are used to.
And
So-
this doesn't mean that we'll be or that this will truly happen. They do pick 2 communities, so we might not be selected, which at that time you would not have to have that cost, but they do
So-
require
It's not the money that bothers me.
right, just
And,
the
and
notice.
I guess I just haven't been in the loop of, with the other guys. It seems like we live on this, here it is, you gotta make a decision, bang.
Mhm.
And I
That's
guess
kinda
I'd
what
just
we
kinda
were-
like to see us start, migrating towards using a little better judgment on time, but
We kind
No,
of had
it's
the
not
same
the money.
experience when this came to
Yeah.
our doors, so we totally understand, fully understand.
So do you have-
This was what I had sent the email to when
So do you
were
have everything
going-
ready for this application, except
is.
you're needing a resolution and a letter of support to go
Correct.
with that by
Correct.
Friday?
Correct, everything's pretty much put together.
And the money
selected
itself will not
pieces.
need to be spent until we actually find out we're selected, and then
Correct.
that process gets started. How soon, once they make their selection, if we are selected, how soon would they be coming in to actually doing their part of it, or their?
Well, they do the selection process in mid-November, so we would be informed that we were either selected or not selected by the end of November. And probably second semester after Christmas, within that winter, spring time, they would come. And they would use our facilities in town. I'm sure Office 112 between the Chamber and Economic Development would be the catalyst of who they would be talking to and working with. And our boards, as far as I know, our boards have been very accepting of this project as well.
And budget-wise, if this came out and we were selected and we had this expense, we're okay for?
There's a couple of different places that we can tap into
Okay.
in the council's budget, yes.
Okay.
And Mike, I wanted to say that this is something I probably should have brought up at the last meeting. I was absent from the last meeting, but,
So is he.
oh, well, then I don't
I
care.
was too.
So was I.
The point that you made that we should have this in advance is valid, and I don't want to diminish that, but
It's-
I'll carry the weight of this one because this is something I
Okay.
probably should have brought in, and I do apologize for that. It is a lot easier if we have some notice, and I know that Michelle and the Chamber have been very good about including us, we have been a part of it, and so we aren't completely caught off guard.
No.
So,
No, that's fine.
but yes, you do have funds available in a couple different places, discretionary funds in the council budget, for example, that would cover this if we are selected.
Okay.
What kind of money are we talking about again?
2,500 to 4,000 maximum.
They must eat quite a bit, Bob. They must eat quite a bit.
Well, I think
Well,
they're gonna bring
travel or-
several
Prime
college
rib or?
There would
I
be
don't think it's
several
just meals.
academic classes coming between a broad span of majors, as well as the Iowa Economic Development Authority staff as well. From Des Moines, they're both institutions from Des Moines, so with that travel